Welcome everybody back to Boost Emotion, guys. And today I want to talk about it. I'm gonna make this video talking about why the hell are they making all of us have to drive electric cars? Why are they making they do this? Guys, this is my video. I want to quickly talk about it. We're gonna look at some news. Guys, hit that intro. Welcome everybody back to Boost Emotion, guys. And good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you. So welcome everybody back. Welcome everybody back to the channel. First thing, my Boost Emotion family. I know you guys already hit the like button. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you guys for your support. And if you're new to the Boost Emotion channel, well, guess what? I am Boost Emotion. I report some of the automotive news topics that I find to be quite quirky and weird, but also I'm a Nissan Infiniti enthusiast. Oh, but I am an owner of a Mercedes C63. But nonetheless, I'm an automotive enthusiast just like you. So, guys, tap in with the video. Just take a listen because what's going on right now is complete asinine in this world. If you already know, California is banning gasoline fossil fuel cars, I believe, after 2030 or 2035, right? So guess who decided to follow the trend of California? No disrespect to my Californians, but it's complete insane in the car community what's going on. So New York decides to join this same, I would say, circle jerk because it's completely unnecessary. It doesn't make any effing sense. And what I mean by that is this. So let's quickly read the article. Screw California. We got Huckle here on top of this. Huckle, she's not my governor because she was never supposed to be the governor. But nonetheless, whatever your reservation is, I don't think this is my governor, but I live in New York, so I guess I have to. I ain't gonna do what she says, but I'm governed under her. The transition can take place overnight. California's own predictions state that 35% of the new cars will need to be zero emissions by 2026. Wow. And the target increases by 68% by the end of the decade. So let's see what New York says. The Hill quotes Huckle saying, "We had to wait for California to take a step because there was some federal requirements that California had to go first. That's the only time we're letting them go first." She's referring to the Clean Air Act, which allows California to set its own emission standards. It must then obtain a waiver from the EPA before other states can officially join in. Remember, the EPA is also coming down on like tuners and other companies that sell like modifications that would decat the car. So this is kind of a part of that whole scandal and everything like that. With sustained state and federal investments, our actions are incentivizing New Yorkers, local governments, and businesses to make the transition to electric cars. Even though you have to use a specific amount of fossil fuel just to mine lithium and other stuff, right? We're still using fossil fuels to obtain lithium. Nonetheless, let's continue. New York isn't alone in following the California's air resources. Washington expressed interest in doing so. I don't care. Public charging infrastructure remains a looming obstacle for everyone in California and in New York, which I've said plenty of times before. New York City is not a state. New York City is not a city that can handle the infrastructure of millions of people having electric cars. The grid cannot handle it. You would need first thing you would have to add solar panels to almost every building, which they're not trying to do. They're gonna have to add charging solar ports all over everywhere, including public roads, which they aren't gonna do. This is the investment that they're trying to literally change how the wheel actually turns, reinvent the wheel before they actually look at all the small components. You have to do the prerequisites first, and then you release the components. But they rather just make these blanket statements to force on your manufacturers and force, I would say, people like developers just to figure it out, right? But no, you're just putting people into a bind. I hopefully I'll live in the next 10, 20 years because I want to see the nonsense that's going to happen in the United States. But to continue, there's nothing really here I really want to speak so much about. This is just something that they want to push. Now, hold on real quick. We're going to go to another article, and this article is going to be quickly about Nissan. because that's what the title and some of the bio said, right? I want to talk about this about Nissan too, because we're still on electric cars thing, right? So just imagine them telling you, hey, guess what? You cannot purchase any electric cars have to be electric after 2035, right? So you go to the dealership, you're like, yes, I'm gonna have to go get an electric car. My life sucks. And then you go there, and this is what they have: a $45,000 Nissan Ariya. This is our future. I have nothing's wrong with me getting electric cars. I think they're perfectly fine. I believe that both electric cars, hybrid cars, and gasoline cars can coexist. But the fact that they're still not making a $30,000 electric car where it's affordable for the average person still doesn't exist. And this could go up to a $62,000 Nissan Ariya full electric. What are we talking about here? I don't even want to read about how much mileage it can get on a full charge. We're not at the infrastructure for us to be able to sustain these cars yet. The fact that an auto manufacturer is putting all their dimes, their money, time, and effort, blood, sweat, and tears into making electric cars in America is absolutely asinine. Put more time and development into hybrid cars, because it is the branch that's going to go us into electric. Why put so much time and energy into electric? Especially when its gasoline counterpart, let's just say the Nissan Rogue or the Nissan Pathfinder or whatever car, is probably going to double sell this car 10 times plus than that, right? Why do that? Why? If this was a hybrid car, I bet you people will probably purchase it way more than if it's fully electric. The people who buy electric cars right now in 2022, in the next 3 years, are people who live in single family homes or more rural areas where they have the infrastructure to do so. But metropolitan cities, even though they are putting up the charging ports and everything, they're still not ready. And no matter what they do, a couple of hundred charging ports isn't going to be enough for millions of cars. It's not. People's houses are not wired up to charge these cars. It's not ready. People's houses are right next to each other, built right next to each other, completely attached homes. They're not built for this. Especially when people live in multi-family homes. This is why they want people to drive less cars so they can ride the train. They want New York City to be the city where if you don't have a car, you get on a train or you ride a bike. And if you do have a car, they want it to be electric and they want you charging it. I would love to see that. That would be so much probably good for the future of New York City. I can see it being a cleaner air quality. I get it. But until you guys change the century-old infrastructure, invest time and money into electric charging stations, solar panels on every single building in New York City, rewire almost every freaking building for it to handle the capacity, and make the grid more powerful. Until you guys take that investment and do that, stop telling me I need to buy a goddamn electric car, Eric Adams and Mr. Huckle, Mrs. Huckle. I'm over this nonsense. So outside of that, guys, this is just my quick rant. I'm over it. Tell me in the comments if your boy Boost is bugging. Am I getting a little too emotional? Because it's absolutely asinine. I'm tired of seeing this nonsense. There's so much stuff happening, from California giving you a ticket for your stock exhaust on an Elantra. Stock exhaust on an Elantra. What are you supposed to do? Outside of that, you can add me at boostinmotion.g, Facebook, and boostinmotion@gmail.com. I really appreciate that you guys tapped in with me. Just doing a little bit of these reaction videos and reporting the automotive news. So, guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also, on top of that, if you want to purchase some Boost in Motion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel.